What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to be covering part 2 on Swain. It's been a couple of weeks now. My original plan was to do this last week, but here we are and doing it today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through his actual story, since I went through his bio last time. I'm going to go through and review his skins, and I'm also going to get into his special interactions. I'm going to do it in that order as well. I'll timestamp the whole thing as I always do. So yeah, let's start off with his actual story. Right, okay, so the black powder plot. So, in fact, that's a cool picture in it, that. Really reminds me of the login screen, his login screen or theme as well. And it's always got ravens around him, hasn't it? Swain has always got some ravens flying around. Is that a mask as well? Anyways, cool shot. So, let's get into it. He arrived at the camp only moments before the strategy council was to begin. Flanked by a small honour guard, each handpicked from a Trifarian legion. They remained at the entrance as I watched him approach. Some men cast a shadow greater than themselves, but few could bring a darkness such as this, one that circled above us and hungrily cawed. In a way, the ravens, so okay, not crows, ravens. I always get mixed up between ravens and crows. I know they're very similar. Maybe crows are bigger. Crows bigger than ravens? I don't know. Anyways, the ravens that seemed to follow him around the camp were a grim reminder of every warrior's fate. The tattered cloth in their beaks, a match for the state of our own banners. Yet, as he strode into the remains of the war tent, I realised I had not prepared myself for how truly mortal he looked. There was a grey in his hair, framed by a crimson sky choking on ash. His battle-worn armour gave way to a functional coat, and he kept his arms tightly within its folds, as I imagined one of his lineage might. I smiled, for he was still, at his heart, a gentleman. At his heart a gentleman. He wore no signs of rank beyond the telltale scars of a soldier who had seen his share of bloodshed. There were many gathered now for the council who demanded more fear and respect, swaying their war horse with powerful displays of strength. Each of them seemed more than capable of breaking the man before us. So this seems like Swain, but maybe the older, more battle-worn, I won't say battle-hardened, more battle-worn version. But somehow this was the man who led us all, the Grand General of Noxus. Looking at him, I could feel there was something I could not place, no matter how closely I looked. Something truly unknowable, perhaps. Perhaps it was because there was something unknowable about this man, that so many flocked to his side. Whatever the draw, Jericho Swain stood before us now, and it was far too late for me to turn back. I wonder who this person is. Maybe it's Darius. Maybe not. Someone from Noxus anyway. 5 warhorses had marched onto the rock-run plain, but it had been only a matter of weeks before the locals had shattered our positions. They blasted through our hastily constructed berms with explosive powder, mined from the hills that seemed even more barren than those of home. Disaster had built upon disaster, until Swain himself had no choice but to intervene. I had made sure of that. For months I had prepared. I had sent war masons deep into the mines. I had mapped every detail, every conceivable twist of the land and the fates upon which Noxus now balanced, the whispers that gave each moment shape. My ear itched at the memory of the pale woman's words, who I think in the comment section people were saying, this pale woman is Fiora, I think it is. Of the moment she first commanded me and gave voice to our plot. My ear itched at the memory of the pale woman's words. Of the moment she first commanded me and gave voice to our plot. Everything was in place. I had accounted for it all. Here, where the earth opened into a maze of canyons impossible to escape, I and I alone would determine the future of our empire. Is it a trap? After all, was that not what Swain had called upon this council to do? My trusted general, Swain said finally. The power in his voice rang out like a drawing of a blade. He paused as if giving us a moment to test ourselves against its keen edge. Tell me how Noxus may prevail. There are 12 war barquees here in the hills, Leto began, pointing to a spot on the map already worn white by his attention. Each drawn by a basilisk. Send them before the war bands and we'll be marching over the enemy dead. Those beasts would runt with an edge of rusty spears if we let them. He smiled, pleased at his own cunning, but Swain was more concerned with the wine being poured into his glass. Will it be poison? His eyes seemed to ask as he peered around the table. I stared at my reflection in his armour. I would betray nothing of my intent. So it sounds like there is going to be a setup, some kind of trap here. We can scarcely control the ballistics ourselves, Swain finally murmured, carefully regarding the fine Ionian vintage. Imagine even a single explosive dropped by a sapper within earshot of the beasts, and then tell me in your imagination who runs first, the ballistics with their tails between their legs, or your vaulted warhorse. We scorched the earth then, Melila petitioned before Leto could respond, the words flying wildly from her mouth. Set fire to the pinch they'd laid to burn on our advance. Drive them out with those damn mines. Swain sighed. We came here for the very earth you would burn. Though I suppose it is too much to expect you to know the use of saltpetre. He swirled the wine in his glass, betraying a hint of disappointment. All you have done so far is bury your own men with it. Ooh. The red blades are still sharp, John spat impatiently from the shadows where he lurked, the darkness seeming almost bright against his Shuriman skin. Ooh, okay. We'll enter the mines after dusk, take out their leaders, clean or messy, doesn't matter. An admirable strategy, Swain laughed, but those leaders are not soldiers, not yet. Our enemy here merely follows whoever bellows the loudest. Kill one and there'll be three bellowing by morning. I laughed, nodding to the frowning leader of the Red Blades. For a moment I was afraid you would find a way for us to actually win, Jones. Silence fell around the table. The candles were burning low beside some maps. This was my moment. The pale woman would be pleased. I think that's the pale woman. I would say her name as I sent our Grand General to, oblivion. The truth is you cannot win this battle, I continued. No one can fight death, not even the ruler of Noxus. Darkwill showed us that. Swain and the others watched as I carefully drew the flint striker from my tunic. The fuse line was already in my other hand. Leto, aging hero of the siege of Farath, bristled. Okay, Ganath. What are you doing? He growled, glancing down at the crude demolition charge I had carefully positioned under the table barely an hour before. You would threaten the Grand General? This is treason. This reminds me of great film, Valkyrie, starring Tom Cruise. Valkyrie, basically, I think it was a coup to try and assassinate Hitler and take over his power, which obviously didn't happen, but there's a scene very similar to this where there's an explosion they put underneath a table in a meeting. Yeah, good film. Anyway, still, none of them dared approach me. I held the striker over the fuse, ready. Except someone was laughing. It took me a moment to realise who it was. And there, General Gareth is the only one who had the right of it. Swain chuckled, smoothing the wrinkles from his coat. He alone understands. The rest of you see a battle and ask what you must do to avoid defeat. But some battles cannot be won. Sometimes the only strategy is to burn. So is he kind of agreeing with him? To charge into the flames, knowing full well you will die, but that 20,000 march behind you, and that behind them there is great power. He let his coat fall open to reveal. Garnath and I, he said with a cruel smile, we always look for what must be sacrificed in order to win. Malaya lunged for my trembling hands, Leto too, but it was Swain's inhuman grip that clamped around my throat, hefting me from the ground, the unlit fuse forgotten. If only you could tell her yourself how you failed, the Grand General whispered, his voice rumbling with the wrath of eons. If only she too could hear the wisdom of the dead. I tried to scream then, to confess it all, to somehow beg for forgiveness. But there is nothing now, save for the soft murmur of whispers. I spill my secrets, this tale, into your ears, fading like the rustling of wings as the raven cries its Karen core. Ooh, okay, so I don't think it ended too well for Garnath, did it? He did. But I like how it said there, when he reveals it, he's going to, in essence, try and kill the Grand General Swain. I like how Swain kind of said, me and this Garnath, we always look for what must be sacrificed in order to win. So even though he knows he's going to kill him, which he probably did there, he still respects him because he's trying to do what he believes is right to win at the expense of his own life. And that's what Swain was trying to say to his generals. Even though we may lose the battle, we must keep pressing forward. And clearly it seems like he's older, he's a bit more battle worn. They may be on the back foot in terms of this war as well, but he still has the same tenacity that he had when he was younger, must I say. That's how I kind of read into that. But it was good. It's good to read his story and tie that in with his bio as well. So what I'm going to do is... yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through his skins and then I'm going to finish off with his special interactions. So let's go. Right, so the Noxian Grand General Swain. So if I go down to his skins, let's have a look. So obviously, whoa, slow down. This is his base skin, which is cool. I like that design as well. Right, okay, so let's start off with the first one. Northern Frost Swain. Wow, that's really cool. You know, the only thing he's missing now is what Greaves has, which is a cigar. If I had a cigar, yeah, that's the only thing I'd say to add to that, but that's really cool. I do like that one, especially when you contrast it with this one as well. You know, the predominant colour in here is red and black. This one is just kind of like bright blue and white. Yeah, it's cool. It's nice. So Bilgewater Swain. Wow. You know what's crazy as well? Like how he looks nothing. This one kind of looks like him. You can tell it's him. This guy here, Bilgewater Swain, looks nothing like him. And I like that. I like that though. That's cool. Like Pirates of the Caribbean sort of thing. Or the Caribbean, however you want to call it. That's good. Okay, Tyrant Swain, because obviously any other one of these ones, he's not a tyrant. Okay, cool. Oi. Huh. Looking like some out of Diablo. Diablo 3, I'd say as well. Wow. These are really good. So far, these skins are all really good. Okay, so Dragon Master Swain. Right, so yeah, once again, really good. Yeah. Okay, and Hectic Swain. Nice, nice. That obviously is the same Hectic for Camille. You can kind of see the elements in this one as well. Look at the ravens. Do you know what? I've already done a couple of skins review. I think I've done Aurelia, I have done Nasus and Renekton. Swain has by far the best skins. Each of these skins could easily be number one. Easily be number one. Yeah, they're all really good. Ooh. If I had to pick though, it would have to be... that's the one. Northern Front Swain. Yeah, that's the one. That is really good, but only by the slightest margin, because every single one. Bilgewater, such a good one. Tyrant, that would be second. That one is crazy. The only reason that one's not first is because it looks nothing like Swain, while at least the other ones kind of have some kind of resemblance. But that looks amazing. Dragon Master is really good as well, and I'm feeling the Hex Tech as well, or Heck Tech as well. It's really cool. But yeah, my number one, my pick would be the Northern Front for Swain. That's my pick. Yeah, it's cool. I love as well how he doesn't have his hands. He has his hands underneath the coat, and the actual coat is over the top. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move on to his special interactions. I think that then would wrap it up. I don't think there's anything else to do on Swain. I've done his spotlight. I've done his bio. I've done his login theme. I've done his champion teaser. Yeah, I think this is the last thing. So yeah, let's get into the actual special interactions.
So he's heard the rumors. The girl who came back.
One of them ones where these actual interactions from Skin Spotlights, he usually puts his favourite or one of the best ones at the beginning. Unfortunately for me, this has gone over my head. I've missed this one. Casa Din. I don't think I've reviewed his character before. And also, so he's heard the rumours, the girl who came back. Don't know what that means. I'm sure someone in the comment section can tell me. Kind of annoying because I wish I did know what it means, but I don't. Oh well, oh well.
This is not even my final form.
Okay. What I was going to say is I've noticed 18 minutes. Woo! 18 minutes of special interactions. Okay. Okay,
Claimed
let's go.
it was the Frost Queen's grave. They believed her. What is this about? Siblings? They fight the mist above the seas, never looking beneath.
So true. Tell it to Pike.
An empire built atop centuries of murder. My, does your dear grandniece know what sea has been up to? The payment for her suffering in Shurima. A black rose.
She's a Shuriman character, is that? Yeah, maybe she's a character from Shurima
Suffering in
as well.
Shurima. A black rose. No daughters. Only soldiers.
Okay.
Shaped by humanity. A reflection. A glimpse, mere seconds into the future. She spurned so many suitors. A wonder they did not see why. They squabble as the winds howl, and the wards fade.
I love that, doing press-ups. Carry on.
His secrets died with his sculptor. Ignorant of the very magic you carry into battle. A Demacian.
Yep.
Magic spills from their land like blood from a wound. His blood is the only useful thing about him. Faces fading in the flames. It was all her fault. The first oath, the one she made to him.
I feel like Swain so far, less than 3 minutes in, I really feel like his lines are very deep. He's got quite deep lines relating uniquely to each character. And most of them I'm missing, which is annoying. But yeah, he seems to have quite a lot of complex and deep special interactions. Some characters don't.
He asked her to do what she could not. To kill me. A child who has known only hate. Confuses it for love.
Well.
Which is the greater tragedy? That she fell in battle, or that she fell in line?
Good question.
So many obsessed with the hero. Tell me of the hammer.
He's got a great voice as well. I like his voice.
Her arch-rival, a Tuskfall. How undignified.
I don't know what that is, but that's funny.
She held their hands as they died, hoping they would drag her with them.
Ooh.
A king remains in the mist, and another marches. The echo of a soul. Only pain brings it back. I already knew that.
Okay.
She feared what she could not understand. Herself. Those born of magic rarely realize its curse, until it is too late. A pattern spreading, It has learned to be alive. She was closer than he realized. Forfeit your life. Death's hand. In death, the veil is lifted. There, whispers itch at the back of my mind. What have the ravens brought me? I am not done with you yet. Your soul was already mine. It is better to be feared than loved, Vastaya. I don't know if you're the wisest being I've ever met, or a pile of moldering blankets.
One or the other. Okay.
Thorns in my side, but your flower is truly something to behold. Ah, yes, Cassiopeia. I admire your commitment to metaphor.
Okay.
It was only a matter of time, Darius. Do what you must.
You see, in the actual story, I actually thought it might have been Darius that was the person that was actually narrating it. Turns out it was someone else. But yeah, I thought it was Darius that betrayed him. Maybe not.
Your trust may be misplaced, old friend, but it is appreciated. Creatures of darkness that grant power to their host. How original. All roads lead to Noxus, but all visions to Demacia. There is nothing noteworthy about Demacia, but that in itself is worth noting. You will find this delicate morsel quite capable of fighting back. Fame has gone to your head and found ample room within.
That's the best one so far. That's the best one.
You stood by me when I was outcast, so I stood by you when you were drunk. In spite of the stench. Am I to seek revenge for my poor departed arm?
Ooh.
If anything, girl, you did me a favor.
To be fair, he's got a point there. He's got a point there. I think it gave him even more power, didn't it, and focus. Yeah.
The mind is the weapon. You are unarmed.
Ooh.
Do they know who killed your father?
Ooh. The mind is the weapon. You are unarmed. So basically saying that you have no mind, which then equals you have no weapon. I think. Quite deep, that one. I probably kind of misinterpreted that, but that's kind of cool anyway.
Or do they still blame me? If you take me, you will leave Noxus with something far worse. We both move pawns in a grand game. And look at that. It seems I'm winning. You see every flaw in me and you do not even blink. A bit unwise, wouldn't you say? Life would be boring without surprises. You certainly keep things interesting. I suppose this makes us enemies with benefits.
Not that before.
The world may fall to darkness, but Noxus will remain. The truth beneath the gilding. Only war can bring profit. People often ask for a hero when a villain is what they truly need. The Vastaya blood is not in my veins. It is on my hands.
Oh. Okay.
The best armor is being forgotten. And you, my dear, are quite forgettable.
That's pretty good as well.
There can be no balance with a hand on the scale.
Deep.
Why is he still alive? Another one of Darkwill's loose ends. Beware, ravens. The words of a fool who knew nothing of demons. Your eloquence, seasoning for a repetitive feast.
Tom Kinch.
Your message is your power. You have learned nothing. Suffering pools in the depths where children play. One less enemy within. You were no longer useful.
Like that.
A bit presumptuous to consider us rivals. Predictable as always. Death is its own prophecy. Victory awaits. Another piece cleared from the board. That is one way to surrender. Another disappointment. The Raven was a portent. Their time had come. I owe you a debt. That is not as ominous as it sounds. You've exceeded my expectations. Perhaps a promotion is in order. How would you like your own warband?
Defy Noxus and taste your own blood.
You're the only man I know who believes his own words, even after he's said them.
I will not kneel to a deceiver.
If you plan on listing my crimes, mind you do not die of asphyxiation.
Better dead than dull.
When you run out of insults, try steel. Not another word.
If you run, you won't see me stab you.
I am not smiling, I'm threatening to smile. It is still a threat.
Do you know what? So far, though, Swain's actual interactions are some of the best I've heard. I think Kindred, for me, is the best one. But in terms of how many interactions he has and how deep they are, how unique they are, should I say, as well. Yeah, he's definitely up there. Really good interactions.
I own birds cleverer than you.
Do you see what I mean? Really good.
A raven's eye view.
Yeah, okay, bird's eye view.
Gathering intelligence. I suppose it's easier than conquering a demon. I never stop planning. We have civilized the beast. More than men must kneel to Noxus. Its strength is ours. Death comes to even the most fierce. I almost pity the brute. A savage roar, silent. Congratulations. We've outsmarted a beast. Let us end this siege. One less place to hide. Their defenses crumble.
He's just there, chilling, just standing there.
Stone is not strength. What Noxus takes, it will defend. Let them find hope in the rubble. Prepare, and victory is inevitable.
True.
All according to plan. A one-armed man needs all the help he can get.
Is he one-armed, though?
More important than heroes are deeds. Witness.
Does that now? I love how they put, is that a crow or a raven? It's just chilling here now, isn't it? Is that because of him? It might not be, but it looks like it's just there because of him. If it is, that's cool.
It's the strength of
No.
Noxus. Worth its weight in lives. A monument to our victory. Every moment we do not kill them, their advantage grows.
Okay.
They move swiftly for all the coins weighing them down. The dagger is at our throats, but their hands quiver. They think they have won. Prove them wrong. Are you not children of Noxus? Do not fight for conquest. Fight to survive. The battle is yet to be decided. Patience is a virtue, but it has its limits. The advantage is ours if we take it. A stalemate. How quaint. Not losing is...
He looks so weird on it from behind, where he's got his coat over his shoulders. It looks like literally he's got no arms.
It's not winning either.
Yeah, it looks funny.
A truce in all but name.
Okay.
Drive them from the battlefield! We have the momentum. Who is it we're fighting? I only see their backs. Any man who must say, we are winning, is not truly winning. Leave the survivors to their officers. They flee Noxus on the roads we built. One more push, and they will break.
Respawn.
I have
okay.
already walked the halls of death, in the immortal bastion. They think they have won? Pathetic. A minor setback.
His
Nothing
intro,
more.
when he comes back, is cool as well. I like that.
Am I reborn?
Yeah, I like that. It's cool.
The truth is rarely so simple. It is still watching.
Ooh, what is?
It is there in the silence after battle. It is there in me.
Okay.
An assassin is due at any moment. It is how I know LeBlanc cares.
Le Blanc.
You can sit on a throne. That doesn't make you a ruler. It only means you have an ass. The outcome was decided when they brought an army, and I brought a demon.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I have seen this place. A vision. A battle. If they already call me a villain, what will they call me when I succeed? It is just as the spies described. A pity I had them executed.
Can you believe that?
The sooner we kill them all, the sooner we can leave these forsaken wastes.
So this one here, Northern Front Swain, this is my favourite skin. Okay.
Their lives are the plunder.
Let me go back
The
again.
sooner we kill them all, the sooner we can leave these forsaken wastes.
Okay. I like the animation. Animation's cool where you get a little bit of frost coming off his arm as well. And you can see the red coursing through the actual ice hand as well. Nice.
Their lives are the plunder.
Jack Sparrow.
The Leviathan belongs to me. Dead men tell tales that only I can hear.
Bilgewater. Yep, makes sense.
No quarter. That means no mercy, you cretins.
Puritans.
A black flag above Bilgewater. A raven's wing.
I look out upon humanity and see only a feast.
Nice voice. Okay.
Dispatch these worms. Men are too weak to rule. But I am no man.
Reminds me a little bit of Mordekaiser. A little bit of Mordekaiser. That's the vibe I'm kind of getting from this design.
I'll eat your soul myself.
Feeding the birds. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so that was really good. Really good ending to actually part 2 for Swain. His special interactions, they were definitely special. And 18 minutes long. Impressive how many actual detailed interactions he's got with so many different characters as well. I really did actually enjoy the majority of them as well. Let me go back to my favourite one, which was with here, this one, Draven.
Fame has gone to your head and found ample room within.
Excellent. That there's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones in there, but that would have to be probably my standout. That would be my favourite one out of all his special interactions. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here today, guys. In this one, hopefully you actually enjoyed my read through of his story, my thoughts on his actual skins as well. Every single one of his skins are really good, and also his special interactions, which I thought were really enjoyable as well. Hopefully you guys actually enjoyed all them 3 things. And if you did, feel free to let me know. Feel free to like, comment, and maybe also subscribe for more content like this. I cover a champion every single Thursday, and this Thursday coming up, it is Kane. Kane is who I will be covering this Thursday. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, feel free to pop in on Thursday to check out my reaction and thoughts on the champion Kane as well. Yeah, and that's it for me today, guys. So I will see you in the next one.